So it's happened again. Is anyone else really surprised? What's up, Tweenerheads? Welcome back to another video today here on Tweenerhead Tennis. Well, we've had another incident where someone's been sick during a Grand Slam tournament. This time, Alexander Zverev himself, the Lion, the Roar, what else can you call him? And after he played his match against young up-and-comer Italian Yonex Sinner, the exact quote that he used was, "I can't really breathe. As you can hear in my voice, I had a fever as well. Yeah, I'm not in the best physical state, I would say." During a global pandemic, and this is where I had to put my 2 cents in, and this is why I'm making this video. We've gone through this multiple times, right? We've gone through this at the US Open. We've gone through this at other tournaments as well. But the issue that I had with it is recognizing and taking accountability. And that's what a lot of people have been trying to get when playing tournaments, especially on a fan's part and from a athlete's part. Zverev was already in trouble when he participated in Djokovic's exhibition tournaments, and instead of quarantining, there was footage of him partying with a ton of other people during the height of the global pandemic. The French Federation said that on Sunday, Zverev did not share any of the symptoms with tournament doctors as he arrived to play, which is a part of the protocol that the French Open put in for players to make sure everyone was on the same page and looking out for each other. Zverev did not do such a thing and therefore just put a ton of people at risk, especially if we find out that he might have the virus. Now, we don't really know that, but the fact that someone needs to hold someone else responsible, and we talk about this in a more broader scale for tennis players who are sacrificing their lives, and yes, they are doing a good job, and they are risking their own lives to bring a sport to life, which is unbelievable, which is great, and we need that, especially in a time of need. But we also, during a global pandemic, we also need others to be held accountable. Look, Zverev took his test and he was tested negative. So did his team. But that was on Tuesday. On Friday, when he woke up and had a fever, it was 100.9-ish, which, first of all, wouldn't allow him to be on the grounds at the US Open. So I applaud the US Open for putting that into place. The fact that he was even allowed to be on the grounds during this was an issue. And I talked about it when I talked about the coronavirus and the steps that were in place to make sure everyone was being safe. Was the French Open really doing enough? Is the French Open really doing enough? And it comes into the broader scheme of, yes, the French Open is holding Zverev accountable for not telling them, but also, isn't it your job to make sure on a daily basis that everyone is not showing any symptoms, does not have a fever, and is not causing something like this again? Because it's very frustrating to see this. And I've been saying that a lot, and it just seems to be repeating itself. Why are we allowing players to hold tournaments accountable, but in reality, players need to be accountable, especially in a situation like this? This man is a top 10 player, just made a US Open final. His parents were not allowed to travel to the US because they had COVID. But when you fall sick, you don't think it's important to not stop the spread, possibly if you have it. You're telling me that that was not necessary? I know you're trying to be brave. I know you're trying to make sure that you can play and play to the best of your ability. You did take Sinner to 4 sets. Why aren't you holding yourself accountable? Look, you can get mad at reporters all you want, but I'm just making a video to let my audience know and to let you know, Zverev, if you're watching this, which I doubt you will, be smarter. You already had a bad incident of going out during the height of a global pandemic, and then you play at the French Open during the pandemic itself when you're allowed to come back and play professional tennis, and you go ahead and play with a fever? Please use your head. You have to use your head. The French Open said Zverev is up to date on his tests, which have all been negative, and then Zverev's last test was on Tuesday, returned on Wednesday, and today he received a reminder for his test to be carried out within 5 days of a previous result, which was said by the Federation. He did not consult the tournament doctors before this match. This is all in the New York Times article that I'll leave a link to in the description below, or comment below. The thing that throws me is that it is not clear whether Zverev will be tested again by tournament officials after he's been eliminated. because they have to be tested every 5 days until they're knocked out of the tournament. Showed up to play on Friday, loses, now gets to move on from the tournament. But you're not going to double check to see if you put all those kids at risk who were ball boys, Yonex Sinner at risk, who's playing Rafael Nadal in the next round, the umpire, the fans, everyone he interacted with that day. Are you going to test them? Are you going to test everyone else? It shouldn't be 5 days. There's a lot to be considered here. And this is another kind of vent session, but it's also something for everyone to kind of listen to. I also have to think it's ironic that he's complaining how the French Open is not necessarily a bubble because people are in the next rooms to him. He doesn't have his own space besides the hotel. He's being exposed to different people. Yet you get sick and you want to expose everyone else. Where's your logic? Where is your logic? It doesn't make sense. So he said you can't compare the two. New York has impressed us players. Here they have not done too much. Yeah, but U.S. Open tried its best, handled their situation. French Open, they handled certain players testing positive before the tournament started. Now it's a certain situation where a player might test positive after playing a match and then saying he's sick. Really touchy subject. So let me know what you guys think of what happened with the Zverev situation. There was a lot going on Twitter and social media to figure out what was going on. But let me know what you guys thought of the Zverev situation when he played against Sinner, possibly having the virus. So I hope to see you guys soon. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Keep a mask on and stay 6 feet apart. Hope to see you guys soon. Thanks, guys.